Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do another playthrough. This time it'll be Double Dragon 3. And these are the game Genie codes I'm going to be using. One of them's for infinity weapons, which doesn't really work very well on one of some of the, there's 3 characters that you will get course of the game. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And if you fall off, you don't get to come back. You don't respawn on the next level with the same character you lost. The first one is, the first 2 lines is for infinity weapons. Works, don't work for that one. And the bottom one is for infinity energy. And that one works on all 3 characters up to like the last level or something, which you do not want to lose Billy throughout the course of this playing through this game, because Billy is the main character and he's the one that will help you beat the end. And then there's certain spots, there's certain spots that you do not, like I said, you do not want to lose Billy, and if you fall off at any time, you don't get your character back. So that you know. So if you want to write those down, you can go right ahead. And in my opinion, this game isn't very good at all. I didn't really like it. I played through it before to kind of like a practice, make sure I could get through the game. But there we go. Hopefully I put them in right and we'll get going on this. And this is on the original NES system, original NES cartridge, and original NES Game Genie. And the graphics aren't very good on this one compared to the other 2 Double Dragons. That's why a lot of people didn't like this game, because if you die once, it's over. You don't get another man, you don't get free men or anything. And I will do my best. Supposed to push down in both the buttons to get it to do that spin, but it doesn't always work. I'll let him hit me. Okay, see how I can go through them? Yeah, you're gonna want that on this game. You want to, it says, because this game cheats, so you might as well cheat right back. And I like to do is I like to change it to that. That way it doesn't take as long to get rid of them. There is a code you can do where the enemies instantly die or perish. But this is a really bad game. It really is, in my opinion. The controls aren't the greatest either. See, if I would have used didn't use the code for the weapon, you can only do it 5 times, as you see down there with the number. And then you can't use the weapon anymore. But that code worked, and so did the invincibility. It's not yeah, it's invincibility. It's not infinity energy, but it works similar to it. This is a really bad game. It really is. It's just not very. They cheat basically, and if anybody can play through this without any codes, well, hats off to you, because this is not a very playable game as far as giving you a chance. See, and then I have to do it again to get it back. And like I said, you do not want to lose him when you jump over these holes that are coming up on a certain level or whatever. You do not want to lose this character at all. This is the main character, Billy, and you want to keep him all the way through the game if you can. And you get three characters. This is as far as I would go without the code, and that's the end of it for me. I couldn't pass this without any codes at all. It's just cheating our us this game. And so we'll see how long it takes. As long as it doesn't pause up or anything, we'll get through it. And I don't fall off, because I'll change characters. You start getting characters, I think, on this level here. I think there's 5 missions. And then, of course, you gotta push select, and then even the controls are messed up on this for getting in the options. It's usually the start button. And then it's the A button, and then you use the arrows, and then you use select again to bring them back. And I'm using the nunchucks to try to get rid of them quicker, because they'd just be sitting there for a while punching them or doing those weird kicks that in my opinion, again, I just don't think they did a very good job at all. I mean, this game is so hard. It's just the slightest hits and stuff, it takes your energy out. And like I said, once you don't get any men, this is the only man you get. After he's defeated, you don't get him back, and it's over. The game's over unless you have and then it goes to the other characters. If you make it far enough, you'll get the other characters, and you can use them until that happens, where you lose them. It's over at that point. And since I did a walkthrough or a playthrough of Double Dragon 1 and Double Dragon 2, I figured I'd do Double Dragon 3 since I had it. And I almost didn't do this video, because this is the character you get once you defeat him. So this would basically be your second man, instead of, because remember, each character can only die once. So once they die, it's over. So each character is basically a man. So you get 3, and that's it. Very awful. I didn't really enjoy this game all that well. It's just easier using the nunchucks on this, so you can get through it. And so now you got that person. Say now you got that person as another man. So just look at each character as just one man, instead of, you know how you usually start with 3 men. Well, just look at the character as each one as one man, because that's it. That's all you get. If you lose your life on any of them, you do not get them back, and the game's over. So that is how awful the game is, in my opinion. Really did not enjoy this game all that much. And they make it so difficult. See how these are? If you have any codes at all, they would take you down. See that? Now you got stars hitting you. And then jumping all over the place. Yeah. And I think that's why most people didn't like this game, because it just wasn't very enjoyable. You wanted to enjoy it, but the way they made it, the difficulty is like almost on God mode, as they call, but it's not. Of course, God mode is what they call it when you have endless enemies that never stop. And see right there, you would have got hit immediately. But I'm doing my best to kind of run through the game kind of quickly, as quick as I can, because it's not that great. It really isn't, not that great of a game. Very difficult. And you can see all the times they would have hit me. But when we get to the parts where we gotta jump, I'm gonna switch to characters, because oops, I like this character better, Billy Lee. There we go. I had to think of how to get out of that menu again. I know it seems kind of boring because of how I'm doing it, but really you're gonna want to play it this way, because it's not enjoyable if you don't have some kind of codes in this, because see, and then you had to say this is your third man right here after you beat him, and he's gonna be bouncing around. I think there's 5 levels to this, or 6 levels. We'll see. We're almost there to another level. So, and I think the next level you have to jump over holes and stuff, and you do not want to lose. Like I said, you do not want to lose Billy here, no matter what. Because I think also the game Genie, when you get to the end, you lose your invincibility, except for, I think, Billy. Billy's the only one you don't lose your invincibility, I think. And so you want to keep him, because I did get to the end before, because I lost this one, lost Billy, and I had like 1 character left. So in other words, 1 man left. And the invincibility didn't work anymore. It wore off. Game Genie did not work for the other characters at the end. And I think Billy was the only one that the invincibility still worked. And I will not use those bottom characters, the Chin one or the Yagyu or whatever. I won't use those bottom 2 until I get to the jumping part. And you can kick and stuff. You can also do, like, if you do it correctly, you can also jump. It's not letting me do it with the weapon, I think, but there's also a jump where you can kind of like jump over them and do a flip and grab their shoulders. Like, for instance, I can't do the spin kick with it. You know, I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. That way at least you know the moves of the main character, because I like to show some of the moves real quick here. See that how he did the flip? Let's see if I can get him to do the flip on the person. There we go. See, that's one of the moves, but that don't work all the time. Just like the spin kick, like that. But anyway, let's get him back on there and get through this game here. As you can tell, this game is kind of, once you beat it the first time, you're just like, eh. I didn't really enjoy it all that well. But part 2 is the best one. Part 1's alright, but part 2 is a better one, I think. And that's just my experience and my opinion. I know everybody has their opinion and their experience with things. So right here, for instance, you can. I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to switch characters here. Just to make sure. I don't. I play a little bit with this character. But the jumps and stuff are coming up, so I think it's the last level or the last 2 levels where there's jumps that you can fall off, like holes. And like I said, you want to keep Billy. I know I repeated it several times already, but that is key to keep your invincibility. Because as towards the end goes, the other 2 characters, they lose their invincibility. So if you actually want to just play through casually and actually want to beat it, you're gonna want to keep the Billy if you can. It's almost like they just threw this game together. You know, it seemed rushed to me by how the interactions are on it. He doesn't want to pick that weapon up, since he's got a weapon. See, you kind of move like they do for this one. On the other 2 Double Dragons, you had a chance at fighting. You had energy, plus you had extra lives. And again, this one don't have extra lives. It just has characters, and once they lose their life, it's over. The game's over. You don't get in. You don't get a. It says you can continue, but I just. Yeah, you might get a continue or 2, maybe. Okay, this is 5. This is mission 5. Say this is where you gotta jump. And you want to practice before you do it. This guy ain't very good at jumping. You gotta push both. You gotta push both buttons, and it's not easy to do. That's where I lost Billy last time. See, I got lucky on that part. Because as the screen starts to go down, then you can kind of jump. But I'm going to switch back to Billy here, because we can kind of use the nunchucks and kind of get these enemies taken care of a little bit quicker. And there's several glitches on here too. The screen flickers. There's a glitch on that one jump where you get on this platform, which is the last level, and yeah, like this one here, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to go ahead and switch. We'll do this one. This one's a better jumper than the ninja, believe it or not. There's the platform. This is where I lost some lives. I lost both those characters because when you go up here, you jump too early, you jump too late. I got it that time. I lost both the characters right there because as it went up, it wouldn't let me jump over, and it glitched as I jumped and made me fall anyway. Okay, this is the end of the game. More towards the end of the game. You go through that door there. It unlocks, and then there's like another section. You'll see it here shortly. He's using the power fist, which allows you to hit him harder, sort of like the nunchucks for Billy. But so that's kind of how lame it is, isn't it? But you know, not I'm saying, you know, I mean, people like this game. To me, it just wasn't very enjoyable. And this is basically almost the end of the game right here. So there is 5 levels, and there's a couple extra rooms you gotta go in, but now let you read that. You can pause it, rewind it as you see fit. Now they're letting me go in here. See, invincibility is about to end for these characters. Now, then again, if they might work, you know how the game Genie is, sometimes they glitch, it doesn't work like it's supposed to when you do a code. Sometimes it'll work mostly through the game. In certain sections, it might not work. And that might be the case for this one. But as soon as I start losing energy or whatever, I'm going to switch back to Billy. And he'll run. See, he'll run without warning. So you're not even wanting to run, and he'll start running. And you use the arrow. So the controls aren't the greatest as well, but most people, they didn't make it past the first stage. It's not because you're not great at the game. It's just it was the game itself. It was very difficult. The programming wasn't user friendly. So basically he betrays you, and then he gets vaporized because he didn't have all 4 of them. As you can read there, I'd pause it and read that. Now with this, I might not have infinity energy. Oh, I guess I do. I guess it's because I still have Billy in my No. Hold on. See, they starting to be able to grab me now. So I have to be careful. I have to be careful now because I could probably still die. I still have my infinity weapon. And so the mummy will come out of this one. Okay, and then the middle one's last. There's 3 mummies. And you're going to want, like I said, you're going to want to keep Billy because it's just so much easier. Oh, see, it's starting to lose energy now. So my invincibility's gone. Oh, I gotta be careful. I made it this far, but see, the game Genie ain't working as good as it should anymore. This woman cheats. Stop running, stop running. If you get too close to her, she'll turn to that snake thing. If you're in the right location, you can get several hits. And you want to take her down as fast as possible, because she uses like the force or whatever and throws you against the wall. She's about to do it. Yeah, I got her. And that's the game. That's the game right there. And did it in 28 minutes. Sounds like the real world, doesn't it? And usually when it says, when it's finally at the end of this, you can't start over. You can't push start or AB to go back to the main screen. It just, it kind of like it just locks up. It's like it says the end right there. And if you start to like push buttons, AB, up, down, or whatever, select, start, any buttons, it doesn't do anything. You have to reset the game or turn the power off and turn it back on. But you've already beat it, so there's really no point in doing it over. But basically, there's Double Dragon 3 on the original NES system with the original NES Game Genie, like I said, and I did my best to line up the camera too, so But alright, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and I will subscribe back if your settings let me. And moving on to the next video.